One of these days, I swear, Chai's is gonna start the podcast without us being ready, and he's just gonna be like, "Guys, what's going on? We're recording the podcast."
No, we're always ready, right?
Like, yeah. No. Sorry. Yeah.
There's no state in which we can't be on camera already.
Yeah, I'm actually already ready. Like, I'm ready for the paparazzi. They're all around me all the time anyway. So what am I saying?
Yeah.
I always know exactly what to say in any given situation.
That's why the paparazzi love you.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe because I spill a little too much.
Yeah. They got their microphones in your face.
The cubing paparazzi?
Oh, the mob.
Let's get
The
opinions for cubing couples who have broken up.
Oh no! Oh my
so much
goodness.
tea. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Overinspected podcast. I am Michael, and beside me are our hosts. We got Phi Kid Zero, we got Cary KH, going by our pen names today. What is up, boys?
Hello.
Did you guys know that we are the greatest speed cubing podcast in the world?
Yeah, the thing is, like, now
I've never heard that before.
So I have what is the word? Like, I have voices in my ear. And they're like, oh, the podcast is good and stuff. But I never ask them if it's truly the greatest speed cubing podcast in the world. So I will shoot them a message later tonight and see what they have to say. And if you know who you are, then hi, put a comment, because I think they already know. But
you're not referring to like your inner conscience as a voice in your ear.
No.
These
I thought
are
you were
talking like inner demons.
But my inner... Okay, whoa. We'll say that for a different podcast episode. Maybe for a different podcast altogether. Maybe we need to go on Dr. K for that.
That Overinspected is actually the worst cubing podcast in the world.
Oh, I see. It's like the angel and the devil. It's like,
yeah,
it's so good. No, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's either the best or the worst. There's no in between.
Okay, well, it works for me.
I mean, prior to us recording this podcast, we were kind of I wouldn't say reminiscing, but we were thinking about our previous podcast episodes, and definitely when we first started this, really trying to have a catalog of people to watch and listen to our content. And I think for the most part, we've done a pretty good job at that. I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, it's thorough, honestly, at this point.
Yeah. In terms of creating a diverse catalog of topics.
Yeah, I hope that the whole goal was for it to be it's obviously a podcast for cubers, right? That's why most of the things are cubing related. But hopefully, if you're also a non-cuber, you also find some interest in either just hearing about us just mess around and just do random stuff, or talk about topics that are not related in cubing that you might be more interested in. Maybe you're interested in all the starter Pokemon, or maybe you're interested in today's podcast episode.
YouTube versus Twitch!
Oh, let's go!
No!
Fight of the century!
Wow, what a segue.
Okay. Okay, come on. You gotta give me points for that one. I think that was good.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good segue. I mean, look.
You get 5 points.
5 points! Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go! That's more points than I've ever seen in my life.
You need 10,000 to graduate.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, we're creating content on YouTube. Of course, we have the audio-only platforms that we use, and you could use YouTube as an audio-only, but we're posting on YouTube. We have to do things to appeal to the YouTube algorithm per se, and even something such a long form piece of content is not going to fit the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today, guys. So all of it has been a little bit intertwined so far. I think this is also a good time to leave down in the comment section if you are listening or watching to tell us things to consistently improve on, because this is kind of the whole thing about this episode today. But I have a question, a generic question for you guys.
Shoot.
Do you guys prefer YouTube or Twitch? And then why?
Oh.
Is this question to the audience, or is it to Manu and I?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Well,
that's tough. I feel like
I would say, I mean, I feel like YouTube is more old school, because Twitch, in terms of being a major player on the internet scene, I feel like it's only been around for maybe 5 years. But YouTube just has so much more legacy, and so I'm just an old school guy, I guess. I was on YouTube in 2007, so I just feel like I have roots there. I have to stay.
Yeah.
I tried Twitch, but I just you know, I've only experimented with Twitch. I'm talking about like it's a drug or something. I haven't like gone hardcore yet.
Okay, now we're actually now the parallels are a little strong.
What about you, Fi?
I think it's I think I'm like also I guess like YouTube Andy, but in a different way. I think as a content consumer, you know, I don't really produce that much content, but as a content consumer, it's way easier to like be on YouTube, because if I'm sitting in my bed and it's 3 a.m., right, I can pull up any YouTube video from anywhere in the world from even like weeks ago, right, and I can just watch it, and I know that like, you know, whatever I'm gonna get is gonna be probably like pretty decent. And then I can also tailor that to like how much time I want to stay like awake or whatever. Like if it's 3 a.m. and, you know, I want to get to sleep, but I want to watch like a funny like VTuber clip right before I sleep, okay, you know, like I can put that on. It's like a minute long. But I can't pull up like a whole like 10-hour stream or even like a 2-hour stream when I'm about to go to sleep. Because it's just too difficult to do. That being said, when I'm like, let's say I'm like working and I'm like, okay, you know, I kind of need some like background noise, something in my ear to just like keep me interested, right? Then I will very often pull up a Twitch stream just of someone who I know, or like someone who I don't know, playing a game that I like, or maybe a game I don't like, and, you know, they're interacting with their chat, and it's cool to see them like kind of like laugh, hang out, you know, react to everything that's going on live. And because it's like not edited, right, I don't need to pay attention to it as much, so it works really, really well as like some like background noise. It feels like, you know, you're part of the crowd kind of. So I think there are pros and cons, but I use YouTube way more than I do Twitch. And I think like during pandemic I was actually on Twitch a lot. I would just pull up like random Twitch streams. I've even used Twitch streams to learn a little bit of like Japanese, because like sometimes I've like pulled up Japanese streamers, like small channels, and, you know, they're playing, let's say if they're playing a game I know, like Breath of the Wild for example, you know, you can talk to them about the game, and then from there you can actually like, you know, like you can converse with them, and it kind of helps a little bit with like, okay, now I'm producing some sort of like language output and stuff like that. But anyway, I digress.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so would you type Japanese in the chat and they would respond to the comment?
Yeah.
Oh,
very interactive.
That is something Twitch has that YouTube videos don't. It's like you can have a shot at conversing with the content creator. Yeah,
and I mean, they don't even need to be like big or anything. I think it's just cool that like, okay, well now we're getting very philosophical, but like, you know, there are all these people like all across the world, different walks of life. They all do different things, right? And to be able to just like get like a little glimpse into what they do, and like, you know, I'm sitting here in my chair in, you know, California, right? They are sitting on like basically the other side of the planet in Japan. You know, they're doing whatever the hell that they do, and it's interesting that like we over like playing like a similar game, we can just be like, hi, how's your day? Like, do you like this game? Do you like other Zelda games? Whatever, things like that. So
yeah, it gives you a common ground to kind of, I don't know, leapfrog to other conversation topics.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. It's like that interactability, which Twitch is like way further ahead than YouTube on. So
I'm thinking about like, for me, the short answer to that is I think YouTube is the better platform, right? But there's something about Twitch, it's just like the ugly duckling. It just seems to work. You know, it's just like every time I am on Twitch, it's a very enjoyable experience. I'm not pushed to be on there all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And I find that one of the interesting things about Twitch is, I mean, you mentioned it a little bit, the chat interaction. Twitch, for some reason, regardless of whether or not you go to a Twitch stream with like 2 concurrent users or 10,000 concurrent viewers, the chat is hilarious.
Yeah, chat is bonkers.
Chat is literally funnier than the streamer. Like that.
Yeah. Dude, there's a streamer I know. His name is Nags, right? His entire stream is just him talking to his chat, right? And it's insane because like he is like really, really familiar with his chat to the point where like he remembers like most of the people who chat at least somewhat regularly. Like he'll know like, oh yeah, you know, the one time like you were in the stream like, you know, a couple months ago, you were talking about this, things like that. And he has like a lot of viewers. He has like I think like somewhere between like 500 and like 1,000 viewers on any given stream. And his entire thing is just like he reads chat, he reacts to chat, he molds, he laughs and stuff. So yeah, I mean the chat experience on Twitch is just so different than YouTube. I wonder if it's because how like on YouTube, like a lot of the like some people I've seen this on Ludwig streams, right? Like people will just show up with like their like legit, like their actual names. They'll be like, I don't know, like I can't think of it, like Joe Schmo or whatever, right? Like it will show up with their name, and then like their comment. And I'm always thinking like, do you really want to be having like Joe Schmo your name like appear here? Like it's kind of odd, right? I wonder if there's like a anonymity barrier that Twitch has, where like you can put your name if you want, but you can also just make up something totally random like FiKid0 and be just totally like rando internet bits to someone else.
Yeah, but you can do that on YouTube too, right? You can pick whatever username you want.
You can, but since a lot of people I think link their like YouTube to their like Gmail accounts.
Google Gmail, yeah.
Right. So like, and I assume people don't want to create more Gmails, and I don't know if YouTube has a system to create like aliases.
Oh yeah, sorry, Chai. I saw you got an idea in your head.
Oh no.
Sorry, finish your thought.
I think YouTube doesn't have like a way to have like aliases yet. So like a lot of people just show up like, oh yeah, I'm Joe Schmo, or I'm Jane Doe or whatever. And I don't know, things interesting. I would never do that. Like that's why I literally created another account, just so I was not like I'll be one using like showing up everywhere on like streams and stuff, commenting.
Yeah, no, that's definitely I think a more of a barrier on YouTube than it is Twitch. And like the names, like part of it is the names are funny on Twitch, and you don't see that as much on YouTube. But I don't know, Cary, if you wanted to mention something about it, but isn't there an issue with botting? And on the comments, like I was just watching a Marquez Brownlee video.
Oh, MKBHD.
Yeah, about people naming their YouTube channel Marquez Brownlee. Like, hey, click this.
Oh no!
I think YouTube has a much worse botting problem than Twitch. Maybe just because it's a bigger platform, but like on YouTube, you can find for like any big YouTuber hundreds of accounts that like look the same but have 0 subscribers. I don't know if that happens on Twitch at all, just because I feel like on Twitch,
usernames
it feels like
are unique.
Yeah, usernames are unique, and I don't know. It's like the people who are there because they want to be there. There aren't any like scammy MLMs trying to like get new customers. Maybe there are.
I mean, Twitch does have its botting issues. I mean, like the very common one is like, oh, like want follows, want to become famous, bigfollows.com, whatever the hell it is. Like that stuff is super common. But there was also some bad stuff. A while ago there were like a lot of like hate raids going around. People would like, not people. I mean these are all bots. But the bots would just like throw in like slurs and stuff. It was pretty nasty. So they also have a problem with the bots, but it's a different problem. I've noticed also in YouTube comments sections they're like, the bots are getting more and more clever, right? Like,
yeah, like
dude, it's insane because before the bots would just type in just nonsense, right? And it would just be dumb, and it was kind of funny. But now the bots will like take other people's comments, copy them, and then just put them like they'll put that as the comment, and then in like the replies section or whatever, like they'll put like they'll put like links to whatever like shady site or like hot girls here or whatever, like all of that garbage. And it's just like, wow, like you have gotten so much more sophisticated. And I think all the bots probably also interact with the original bot post, so it also gets pushed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bots are insane. This is Skynet. Skynet is gonna come to us in the form of YouTube comments.
I think that like if we're thinking about all of this in the scope of capitalism, it must be profitable. Like there must still be like millions of people falling for it if it's worth all these people's time to like write these bots and launch these bots.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I feel like we have been on the internet long enough to know like, oh, never click on those shady links, millions of people each day still are.
I mean, think about the people who are not used to like using the internet, right? Like, you have like your older folks or people who are just getting onto the internet. Like, these people don't really know what's going on. They see like what seems to be like a helpful comment. They're like, oh, excellent, like this website will fix my problems or whatever, right? And then click website, and then either like there's a virus or it's just a scam, Yeah, but I mean the bots are crazy.
Yeah. Okay, my biggest complaint with the bot. Okay, this isn't like my biggest complaint, but one that I feel like should easily be fixed is the fact that bots are now getting verified, which is
really
stupid. Like the
yes.
No way.
like
really?
it feels like so YouTube at this point is essentially giving any channel that hits 100,000 subscribers a verification badge. And I feel like if a bot gets to 100k through some scummy means, like the whole point of the verification badge is that like, oh, some human expert has verified that this is a legit human. So now the badge doesn't mean anything. And like, I don't know, YouTube
That's
so dumb. I don't care what you do about all the millions of accounts, but for the verified ones, you gotta double check that they're real.
Yeah, wait, wow, that's pretty dumb. I did not realize that this was happening. Wow, I've never seen a verified bot.
They always had like the Mr. Beast profile picture, and they're titled like blue,
and they're all verified.
Yeah,
That's
they're always
insane.
verified. I don't know how they get so many subscribers.
Maybe they're all bots, dude. They're
other bots. Yeah.
No, they're definitely bots. Wait, I have a question, and Cary. So, what is your biggest complaint?
All right, I got Susan on the line, dude. Like she wants to hear it.
Okay, if
we got
Susan
the
is
CEO.
Okay. I don't know if this is a complaint, but I think like one way that I could easily fix it is if you added downvotes to comments, because then it turns the YouTube comment system into like Reddit's, where any like garbage, unhelpful stuff just goes to the bottom, so you never see it, and then you don't even need to really moderate, because the downvotes will like moderate it itself. I just have noticed that on Reddit I never have these problems.
Downvoting and upvoting.
Yeah,
they already have like a thumbs up, thumbs down, right? But does it not vote?
Yeah, but
does not work.
I mean, the downvote button doesn't do anything visibly. I mean, they say that like that information goes into the servers and helps them like curate the comment section, but for all we know, it could just be like a dummy button that does nothing.
It's a placebo.
I think it could actually be that.
That's interesting.
Because like, how are you gonna know any different?
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna look through all of those comments, right? Whereas like on Reddit, you can tell like, okay, like that one definitely goes like it went -1, so.
Yeah. I mean, on the very few times that I've seen a Reddit thread with a clearly spammy message, like, oh, go click on the shady link, it's already at the bottom and it's like hidden because it has -69 votes or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I tried to come up with a random number, but that was...
Yeah, that
you
was
somehow came up
random.
with the like the least most random number.
I know. But I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
It could happen, yes.
I mean, yeah, easily.
Okay, there's... And this is kind of like where... And this is something that I want to know. So, for me, and I think this is sort of everyone's waiting for it, but Cary, we need a checklist, a step-by-step tutorial. How to get big on YouTube. Go.
Oh,
please.
They're waiting
Please.
for it. They're waiting for it.
Wait, so what happened is that like, so I wrote this to Santa, right? Like a couple, like, you know, like 10, 15 years ago, I wrote this to Santa. Santa, I want to be big on YouTube. Please tell me. And he ghosted me, right? So this is your chance. You can be Santa. You can save Christmas for all the children, even though it's like May or whatever. But still, you can save Christmas.
I've always wanted to play Santa Claus for millions of little kids.
There you go. I think you need to gain a little bit of weight though. So.
All right.
And probably grow out the beard a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is all I can grow, you guys. I just shaved today, so actually, like, you're not gonna see anything.
Oh, nice.
No, I think like what I often say is that, you know, the strategy to get big is gonna be so different from genre to genre that like the way that I call myself like medium sized because I feel like, you know, I'm kind of at like the intermediate level right now, but the way you grow in the animation sphere is very different than the way you grow in the ASMR sphere or the, I don't know, sports sphere. I don't know anything about that region, but I think for me, it's always the feeling that if I make a video that is relevant no matter what time of year it is, like it's not tied to trends, then the video will not go viral in the first week. It won't even go viral in the first month, but like years later when I've forgotten about it, then I'll like randomly check up on the video and like it'll have way more views than I expected.
So something like MEGAMINX tutorial, Scramble tutorial. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah,
that's a really good example because like every single
man.
day of the year, someone is gonna want to know how to scramble a MEGAMINX.
I'm gonna go on a tangent right now. For some reason, MEGAMINX scramble. Every time I check the stupid YouTube, right, because I want to see how well the podcast episodes are doing.
You're gonna give more views to it. Oh,
every time I see it, there's this top videos right in the last 48 hours. Right now, MEGAMINX Scramble tutorial is 9. Worst WCA events, which was the last podcast episode, it has 8 views, and then Origin Stories episode 2 for some reason has 4 views. And then like every single like week, MEGAMINX Scramble tutorial is still like at the top. It is outperforming all of our like overinspected content. I absolutely hate it. We need to take this down. Ludwig has like a video, or he had a video from a long time ago. Salty Ice Climber moments. It was like I don't remember, like 4 million views or whatever. It was his biggest video for a long time. It was one of the first uploads to his channel. This is our Salty Ice Climber moments. We need to band together and defeat MEGAMINX notation and Scramble tutorial. Okay, never mind. We return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
No, I think it's funny because you gotta pick the video you want to replace it though. Because if you just say don't watch this video, you're just gonna get people to watch it. But if you say
watch this video, please watch this video.
You want episode 18 of Overinspected to be the new #1 star.
Honestly, I'll take it. I just don't want MEGAMINX notation Scramble tutorial. It's such a dumb video. We made it so long ago. It doesn't. We don't do this anymore. So.
I mean, let's think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, obviously, there's no way to predict this. If there was a way to predict it, we would have probably already done that podcast episode. But, I mean, in terms of, like, the content that we're talking about, I mean, I don't really know which one people would, like. I'm definitely watching that one out of all the 20, 30, 40 episodes we have, you know?
It's the WR drama. The WR drama, when it went out, it was 1 out of 10.
WR drama definitely could work, but I wonder if it would lose relevancy over time. Like,
it does.
Because of
it does.
You know, like what Cary's talking about is like content regardless of the time of the year.
Yeah, evergreen content, I think. Right?
Evergreen content.
I was gonna mention that phrase, but it seems like you already know.
Yeah, I heard this from a different YouTuber who is complaining because he's like a news channel, right? So he literally reports on like things that happen like today, and so he's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I need to figure out more evergreen content. But anyway,
what about thumbnails? I know a lot of people care about thumbnails. A lot of content creators care about thumbnails. A lot of cubing content creators care about thumbnails. Cary, what's the sitch?
I think thumbnails, ideally, typically, a thumbnail should be simpler than the YouTuber typically wants. Like, I find myself trying to over-construct my thumbnail and put, like, 10 little elements inside of it. Because I'm like, oh, this video features AI, but it also features my face, and it also features music. I want to put it all in there. But I guess the thumbnails that do best are just, like, a face that's, like, this big in the screen and nothing else.
Like David Dobrik.
Yeah.
Please click on this video.
But I will say, like, I think for me, I stopped caring about thumbnails that much because I figured if I make a good video with a bad thumbnail, it will get fewer views in the first month. But what that just means is that there's still a larger reservoir of people who want to see it but haven't seen it yet. So those views will come eventually, regardless of the thumbnail. I know that this goes against the common convention of YouTubers, but I don't know. Like, when it comes to the animations I've made, like, they all tend to get about the same number of views, even if they have, like, a good thumbnail or a trash thumbnail. You just gotta give it time.
See, I suspected this answer from you, which is really why I asked this question. Because common consensus is, like, the thumbnail is, like, that's the first impression, right? Like, first impressions matter, so that's why it's the common consensus. But I figured that you'd have an answer like that, which is why I asked.
All I'm saying is so out of the 15 episodes, I usually make the thumbnails. Out of the 15 episodes, Chai made one of the thumbnails, and that is the worst performing one.
By far the worst. My thumbnail was terrible.
No. It's related to we forgot to put it in like the list of the podcast episodes, so now so I think that will be resolved.
Yeah, it was because of the playlist, not the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I do find it encouraging though. I mean, I don't know if this is related to YouTube content ID system and like algorithm, but it's interesting how we were able to identify the lowest performing video was not on the playlist, which means that people are going through the playlist, right?
That's my guess, is that people are going through. Well, for one, I know for a fact that people are going through the playlist because I have the voices in my head, right?
The voices.
But like, yeah, it was just interesting. I was like, I was just looking at like the playlist, and I'm like, oh, playlist has 14 videos, but we have 15 episodes, so there's a disconnect, right? Like, let me see which one is missing. Then I see, oh, number 9 is missing. Oh, interesting. Number 9 also happens to be the one that's least performing, so my brain kind of like correlated that, and I'm pretty sure that this is probably the case. Most of the time, I feel like if you're going to go watch like a bunch of episodes over, let's say you haven't watched for a couple weeks, right? And when you want to go watch them, it makes sense for you to go into the playlists and see like, okay, like let me look at the ones that I've missed. So if it isn't in the playlist, then more than likely you're not gonna like search the channel for it, right? Because it was uploaded a while ago, so, and you're not gonna have it in like your notifications or anything. So you literally have to go out of your way to search for it. So I think it's pretty likely that that's the reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something. This is very interesting because I don't think we did it, but we could, in theory, we could have put all of the TPC like top videos in a playlist, and people would go through the playlist of like good matches, for example.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't do
point.
it at the time. I'm not sure if it matters really too much now, but it's just something good to know that I guess playlists they're useful for someone searching content.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
instead of
even
searching it, it's there.
Yeah, even when I go through like someone's channel, right? Like a good example is so there's this channel I started watching recently. His name is Chubby Emu. He does like
the medical YouTuber.
Yeah, the medical YouTuber. It's like presenting to the emergency room, things like that. Really?
Oh, yeah, for like 5 seconds.
He seems like a cool guy. But like, so I was watching some of his videos, and I was like, wow, like these medicine videos are really cool because, you know, he like goes into like really good depth. He explains a lot of things. It's kind of like mystery. I was like, what other medical videos does he have? So he has like a whole playlist that's like, okay, like these are the medicine videos. And then, you know, a long time ago, he used to do like Let's Plays and stuff. So he has those all in a separate playlist, and it's like sorted out really nicely. So it's convenient because like I don't really care about like the gameplay videos. I mean, he also made them a long time ago, so the quality is lower. I care about the medicine videos. I want to listen to a ton of these. I'm just gonna hit the playlist and just go through all of them. So
yeah, that makes sense. Like I think it makes even more sense for a channel that does two very different things. Because as you said, like if you stumbled upon his channel because you wanted more medicine, then like if a gameplay video starts up, you're like, what is this?
Yeah. It's like you don't even want it like recommended to you, right? It's just like just play me like the creator has already curated this as this is relevant to this, so just show me. This.
I'm very curious now, so I'm gonna pull up. I'm pretty sure JPerm has like playlists that he sets.
Oh yeah.
So,
he has quite a few.
Yeah, he has playlists, and now I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna say like I don't know, Speed Cuber. Let me pull up. I don't know. I'm trying to remember a content creator off the top of my head.
I mean, even if you look at like the Cubicle or something like that, they probably also have playlists like that are like, probably like product reviews, and then probably other things like goofy things like the one thing that they did like the Team Blind with Rami and Patrick, or things like that. The lifestyle videos, if you will.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure SCR also probably playlists his videos, I would think.
Oh,
right, yeah.
I think for me, the biggest benefit of playlists is just to help the creator keep track of the content they've made. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know if it helps too much within the algorithm, because I just searched up some giant kids channels. You know, there's Vlad and Nikki, and there's Kids Diana Show. These channels have like 80 million plus subs, and they don't have any playlists. And so that makes me think like, oh, maybe in the algorithm, you don't need to like tie all your videos together.
Yeah.
Well, I was pulling up like a smaller YouTuber that I know, and then there was like they separate it into playlists, but it's like not separated by the content per se. Like there's like cubing videos and then best of, for example.
Best of.
And I think like best of, I don't know if he made that playlist himself, but I'm just thinking that it probably wasn't curated as well, the playlist. So I think playlists definitely matter a lot more than I realized even 30 minutes ago.
I mean, I use the playlist, so it's one data point, but I mean, I think they're useful.
Yeah.
I think it's also
I
useful
recommend it.
like when you have like a series of videos, right? Like you know, you should watch this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. There's a really good documentary. It was like, you know, like how like you can make like documentaries in like Google Earth and stuff. So there's a really good documentary I watched. The channel is Bobby Broccoli, and it was about like how this guy almost faked his way into getting a PhD. It's like a 3-part series because the videos are just so long. And it was convenient to just like find the playlist, and it's like, okay, like now I know that I'm gonna get the first one, then the second one, and the third one, and YouTube is not gonna randomly recommend me like the third one before the second one or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Manu, you said you only had 1 data point, but you have 3 data points, right? Because of the voices in your head. Not the voices in your head. What do you call them?
I call them the voices in my head, yeah.
We got the angel, we got the devil.
I think I know which one is the angel and which one is the devil too. So.
Oh my gosh!
because they're exactly they're exactly two. There's actually 2 voices in my head, so.
They know who they are.
They can probably tell which one is which too. So.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
You know, I had to think about this. This is related to content, but it's like a tangent, not really. It's still within the same vein, but bear with me here, since I think we kind of covered YouTube pretty well. So one of the angels and devils, you know, I was reading their blog, right?
Okay.
And then
okay.
I was if you're listening, angel or devil, I do appreciate it. Was good.
Wait. So which one do you think?
writing.
Do you think he's the angel or the devil?
Well, you can't reveal. Like, it has to stay secret.
No, I think it'd be pretty funny. It's like a little like Easter egg when they get this far. I mean, did they already get all the way through our episodes?
No, I think they're on episode 4 right now.
It's a little Easter egg. I think I'm probably going to say that you're labeling them as the. I think you're labeling them as the angel.
Really interesting. I think he's the devil. I think he's the devil.
We have
I was debating what I was gonna say, right? But at the end of the day, I think it's nothing serious. It's nothing serious, but it's actually related.
This angel demon wrote a blog about the podcast?
Well, now he does. But...
Oh, really?
Well, he like mentions it at times. This is how I know that.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
this is.
I'm not completely up to date, but what I was going to say was the ones that I have read, the most interesting ones has definitely been the most introspective ones. And I don't know if that's content that I enjoy or content that everyone enjoys, but the most introspective, like thoughtful ones, the one where you kind of like deep dive into human psyche, you know, stuff like that really grinds my gears. And I actually find that YouTube related content like that is also very enjoyable. I don't know.
Yeah,
don't you think Vsauce is like that?
Yeah, I like the ones that like make you think. Vsauce, I think they have like a nice comedic aspect to it. Well, I don't know if I should say that they had a nice comedic aspect or they have one, but in any case, like there's the comedic aspect to it, right? Which like makes it like it's like deep, but it's not that deep, bro. Like, you know, it's like it's all jokes at the end. But I like the ones that are more pensive, and yeah, there are some interesting ones. There's another YouTuber. We're just talking about like YouTubers we like at this point. There's a YouTuber that I watch pretty often. Their name is Solar Sands. They used. I think they're like originally like I think they're like an artist by trade or something. But they make some like really interesting videos about. I think the first video I watched from them was like a liminal space video, and I think they have some interesting thoughts at least. So.
Yeah, I know they also made a video about the dark paintings of Dr. Seuss.
Oh, interesting.
And they all Well, I think I can see the similarities between Solar Sands and Vsauce, and I think the good thing about like discovering Vsauce like a decade ago was that it showed me that not all of YouTube is sort of this mindless drivel of like slime videos and toy unboxings. Like there are like millions of people here who want to like think about, you know, are there aliens and are they watching us, and like Vsauce makes it accessible.
I mean, even dumber content, like what would it be to like be inside a spherical mirror? Or there was another one that There was one that I thought
How
was really
many-
interesting. It was one on pareidolia, I think. That one was interesting.
Oh, like
Pareidolia. What's
seeing
pareidolia?
faces.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
really?
It's like
Wait, was
if
it
you look
was
at
it
a
pareidolia?
if you look at an object that does not have a human face, like that drawer with the 2 knobs and this toilet
Yeah, you
bowl,
can see it, right?
you see a face because that's just what humans do.
Why do you have a toilet paper?
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
toilet roll.
Oh,
I
it's
am
the
now
one where
speaking
you,
for Cary.
it's like he made a horror one too. Like, why do humans associate human-like characteristics
Oh.
and like fearful things?
Interesting.
Like
yeah,
a teddy,
yeah, I
like
think I
a-
remember that.
Like a teddy bear with full set of human teeth and smiling. You know,
Yeah.
like
Ugh,
someone could
creepy.
sew that together, but it looks terrifying. But why does it look terrifying to us?
Right. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I think that's really interesting. And like YouTube it's like that. This is one of the great things about YouTube, right? Is like there's a platform for basically anything that's like interesting enough. If people find it interesting, right? Like if you told people that like if you told people like a long time ago, like people would literally like subscribe, right? They would like voluntarily subscribe. They would, you know, donate money to YouTubers who like make educational content, right? I feel like a lot of people and people do this because they find them entertaining. I think a lot of people would have been like, yeah, right, like, you know, we've tried models like this, you know, where it's like a subscription for like a math service or whatever. But there are so many YouTubers out there that make so many interesting like science, math, music, you know, history, geography videos. Like there's so many interesting educational channels on YouTube that I think can only really thrive on YouTube, and those types of creators I think would like really do poorly on Twitch, because I think people don't want to see it in the moment. I think people want to see it as like kind of like edited, storyboarded, put all together, nice visuals and stuff. Makes it a lot easier to grasp.
Yeah, I think if you listen to someone who is, you know, well educated in a subject, but it's still just an unplanned ramble, you can get bored pretty quickly. But if you know you're watching a scripted video, you have this feeling of like, oh, what do they have planned to deliver next? And I know it's going to be, you know, nicely packaged, and all the pauses and all the weird ramblings are going to be cut out.
Yeah.
I'm only going to get the best of this
Yeah,
person.
I think 3 Blue 1 Brown is one of the best at this. Like the way that I remember I was watching one video about I don't remember what it was, but it was like, why does pi appear in this like equation or whatever? And then, you know, he's just like, yeah, you know, pi's going to appear in this equation. I'm going to tell you this up front. And then I'm going to tell you about, you know, this problem, and then pi's is going to appear. And it's just like, okay, like, wow, like this is like really well written. It's written like a, you know, quality lesson without, and you know, all the visuals are there, and Manim looks beautiful. So, you know, it comes together really well. And that's something that I think is really only suited for, it's a production, right? And it's not like a live show or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't think math content creators would ever survive on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could do like live lessons where you're like getting questions from the audience and then you're writing it
like
on a
do
sheet of
you know
paper.
this channel Black Pen Red Pen?
Black Pen. Yeah, I know about him.
Yeah.
He does that.
Yeah. They do some like really interesting things where it's like, oh, like here's like some crazy integral, right? And I'm just gonna go do this integral. So that could maybe work live.
Yeah, I could see that working live, but I think it's more out of like the spectacle of like, oh my gosh, this integral is looks so complicated. So like I mean, obviously that can still be a learning experience, but I think it's just harder to keep the engagement level up when it's like live and you have to go for hours.
Yeah,
but that's just true across the board. It's just harder to entertain people for that long, no matter what genre you're doing.
So I think you guys kind of nailed it in the head too, just about YouTube. It's kind of like Google in a video format. Like if you want to know something, you can probably find something like related, like someone has an answer to your question, whether or not that's a right or a wrong answer. It feels like Google. I mean, they're intertwined, right?
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite intertwined. But you know, on Twitch, and this is something that I find is very interesting. Like that type of content, like you can't just search anything you want. They're very good at a specific skill, at a specific set of stuff called categories. Twitch, the coolest thing about Twitch is if you know what you're looking for, like once you know, you can find the best content on Twitch a lot easier, I think, on YouTube because it's smaller. And on a live streams platform, they have categories instead of YouTube. YouTube Gaming, I don't know what YouTube Gaming is doing.
Yeah,
but
they are so far behind. Like, so if we separate it into like YouTube, Twitch, and then YouTube Gaming / like, you know, like live streams, like YouTube Gaming is like so far behind everything else. It's so weird. It feels like it's like almost like two separate companies. And I guess like YouTube Gaming is like kind of, it's like its own like kind of subsidiary. Like they do like their own things. Probably they have their own engineers and stuff. But yeah, it's so weird because this is something that Lud has complained about as well. He has like a nice like second channel where he just like blabbers on for stuff. And one of the things he's like, yeah, like I show up, I want to watch a YouTube live stream. What do? I go to like the live stream page. The first thing I see is a live stream that's ended. Okay, well this is already a failure. Like I don't want to watch a live stream that in the past. I want to watch one now so I can interact with someone. Okay, next, you know, let's say I like gaming, right? Like, you know, I really want to watch a particular game. Okay, awesome. Let's say you want to watch League of Legends. I don't know why the hell you'd want to watch that, but sure. So what do you do? You scroll down a little bit on the live stream page. You see a bunch of, you know, live streams that are available. Maybe you see like, you know, weather news from Japan, or maybe you see like I like these live streams where there's just like they put like cameras in like zoos and like their animals like playing around. But none of these are League, right? So what can you do? You have to go into YouTube like search bar, type in League, but then you're just gonna get a bunch of League of Legends videos, not live streams. It's just a mess. Whereas like Twitch has nailed it on the head. It's like, I want to watch League of Legends. Type League of Legends, then you just get all of the League streamers who are just wasting their lives away, and you can be one of them too. So like, yeah, it just works so much better.
It's a lot easier to find, streamers of like the medium size. I think medium sized streamers to small streamers are
even smaller streamers.
Yeah, and even smaller streamers. It's a lot easier to find them.
Dude,
like,
if I want to go right now and I want to find Rubik's Cube streamer on YouTube, I am never gonna find it. Like me, I don't even know. Like I don't even know if there's someone on there. But it's gonna be impossible for me to know because what do I search? YouTube doesn't even have like a Rubik's Cube category or anything. So I mean, I want to tag these videos, right? The overinspected videos. I want to give these like, you know, Rubik's Cubes, because most of the time we're talking about Rubik's Cubes. But I can't even do that because there's no category for it. It's very annoying.
I mean, it kind of feels like the only thing they need to do to fix that is just have the search bar, but then also have like a checkbox that's like, I only want to look at live streams that are live now. Because I find that like if you're only caring about videos, the search works pretty well even without tags or categories.
Yeah.
But the problem is that like YouTube wants to feed you live streams that have already ended, and it wants to feed you like videos, and like that's sometimes not what you want.
Yeah, it's just like an interesting clash. There's a couple other things about YouTube that are weird. Like I think one thing that really adds to Twitch culture, I think, is raids. I think the raids are like such a great part of like Twitch culture. It's like,
oh yeah,
you know, like, you know, I'm done, right? But you guys should not leave the platform. It's a good way to keep people on the platform also. It's like, don't leave the platform. Go watch another ad on this other person's stream because I think that they're cool. And like, you know, people who want to join the raid will join the raid. They get served the ad. They watch like a couple minutes or whatever. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed or whatever. But then the other people also like a lot of times they get like follows out of it. They get viewers. They get a lot of new viewers. I've definitely like gone into raids with like other people, and then now like I follow their channels, and sometimes I watch more than the original streamer. For me, this is Small Ant and Point Crow. You know, I watch a lot more Point Crow now than Small Ant. So like it works really well, I think, with the Twitch culture, and YouTube like I think is experimenting with a way to do it, but I think as Lud pointed out in one of his recent videos, it doesn't really work.
I wonder if this is a symptom of YouTube just being so massive. Because I think with the thing with Twitch and raids, it just kind of feels like, it truly feels like the online version of 6 Degrees of Separation. Like all you need to do is follow one person that rates someone that they follow that you've never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
And then that person, they end their stream 30 minutes later, they rate someone that they follow that you've definitely never heard of before. And you just loop back around, and then you know, before you know it, you're in no man's land, and it's hilarious.
You're like not even like the same like language probably. You're just like somewhere totally different.
Yeah, it's just it's an experience, a whole out of body experience.
It's like we didn't do this that often in college, but it's like party hopping, right? It's like, you know, you show up to one frat party, you know, the cops show up or whatever, like, you know, like the party ends for whatever reason. It's like, all right, there's another one down the block. Who's coming? And then everyone just goes over.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I feel like raiding is something that is a very like Twitch-based subculture, because as someone who never really used Twitch, I didn't understand raids until I Googled it. And maybe that the reason why YouTube is struggling to make it happen is because like their platform is so big, it's also got like grandmas on it and like 5-year-olds from Russia or something. So like maybe to all these like people who have very different upbringings, the sound of like raid is like, that's dangerous, I don't want to get raided.
There's probably some like terms of service stuff and like PR stuff that they have to consider that Twitch doesn't, I guess.
Yeah. I think like Twitch benefits because it's like everyone kind of knows each other and they kind of know what the culture is like.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I still think YouTube should try to make it work.
Yeah, YouTube has definitely tried. At least recently, when we're recording this, like I think a week ago, they actually had tried to do raids, and it's like really complex. And I think the reason is because there's like a little bit of like safety, I think, that they're trying to implement, which is pretty reasonable. I think you can only raid people who are also subscribed to you, and also they might need to be like in some sort of like internal like set of like people or something like that. Like you can only raid like certain people.
I think you can hide who you're subscribed to, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So they have to be publicly subscribed to you.
They have to be publicly subscribed. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Cary, you are publicly subscribed to CubersLive, so like you would be able to raid CubersLive.
Oh, cool.
Or I think rather we would be able to raid you actually.
Some people don't want to have any of their subscriptions known, so I guess they would just not be able to raid anybody.
Yeah. So like I like all of my subscriptions are hidden,
exactly. So very, very like exactly.
Well, I mean, the reason I have them hidden is so that people don't know what kind of weird stuff I'm into. So.
Well, now people know that you are into weird stuff. Wait, what was I gonna say? Is the fear that like person A who's like really popular will raid person B, and then person B will like show something extremely graphic on the stream? And...
I think it's not necessarily that. It's just like, because this was also a problem on Twitch actually. So you can actually on Twitch you can now say like, oh, I don't want incoming raids at all.
Oh, okay.
But it was a problem because like some like let's say like, you know, I'm Ludwig fan, right? And I'm on YouTube and I'm just doing Cube or whatever, or even worse, I'm doing Clock, right? And
Ludwig.
And then Ludwig is like, no, I'm doing Clock.
Oh, you? Okay, you.
Yeah, I'm just Joe Schmo. I'm doing Clock with like 3 viewers or whatever, right? And then Ludwig, who has like 20,000 viewers, is like, hey, this seems interesting. I like let's all like you guys should go watch this guy. It comes in, and I'm just like, and you're just like totally overwhelmed because you have no idea what's going on. Like you have no clue how to react to any of this. People are like subscribing left and right, and like it becomes a mess. So. On Twitch, you can actually turn it off. You can turn off incoming raids.
Can you do something like, I only want raids from channels of a similar size, so that like you can get raided from your friends?
I don't think
but not from Ludwig.
I don't know.
Maybe that's too specific.
I don't know. I think there might be. I know Twitch also has this concept of like teams, so you can be like you can enter in. I think partners can do this. You can enter like teams with other people, and I think you might be able to do like teams only. So if someone is like let's say it's like an esports team or something like that, right? Then you would like you could say like, oh, I want raids from my esports teammates only. Maybe.
Okay.
And you don't want it from like other people. Maybe. I don't really know how it works. I'm not partners, so.
Oh,
feels bad, man. Like none of us are. It's tough to be a Twitch partner.
I think Cary could be partner. Cary could.
Yeah, Cary.
Wait, what are the qualifications you need?
You need to. I think the hardest one is you need 75. You need to average 75 concurrent viewers.
Okay, I see. Is there also something called affiliate?
Yeah.
Like, I hear a lot of people saying like, "Oh, I got affiliate recently."
Yeah, affiliate is like way easier. Affiliate, you need like 50 followers total. You need to average 3 viewers over a month. I think you need like to. I think in like a month's time, you need to stream at least like 7 days or something.
Oh, I see. I mean, just based on how the word sounds, I feel like the word affiliate sounds like more impressive than partner. But it's the other way around.
It's actually, it's the other way around.
Oh my god.
Affiliate is very easy to achieve if you try, I think, for the most part.
Okay, well, we get it, dude.
Oh.
No.
No, it's
not
just because I literally just don't go live. I think I'm like two or three followers away, so.
Go live. Like, literally just go live.
If you don't go live, then obviously you're not going to get affiliate.
Yeah, you just have to go live. Wait, Manu, how far away are you from getting... Are you able to achieve it? Like, do you think?
I think it's like 2 or 3 followers away. But I've also not streamed in like a month. The last thing I did was like Lego Piano. So that was like
that was a successful stream.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It's just it's hard to find time.
If you guys don't know, did we mention this in a previous podcast episode? What you did?
The Lego Piano?
Yeah, did you tell the podcast?
Let's leave it a secret. They can check it out next week.
I mean, it already sounds interesting. Like, is it a piano made out of Lego?
But yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. But we, 5 Kids stream for 10 hours.
Yeah.
10 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
10 hours building it.
You were live for 10 hours?
I was actually live for longer because we stopped to eat dinner and watched a little bit of an NBA game.
Right.
Oh, I know it's still going.
The timer was not going, but the live stream was going. Yeah.
Okay.
10 hours was the final build time.
I feel exhausted after like 2 hours. So I think my longest stream is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but I was also not like talking during like the whole thing. My chat is very slow. It's just like people I know relatively well. So.
Yeah, but I feel like just the thought of like, oh, the camera's on me.
Hey, if you think that's insane, right? I mean, there was in September last year I did Breath of the Wild 100%, and that was like 15 hours for like 3 days straight. So.
Oh yeah. That was fun. Work.
That really is a grind. That's like every waking hour essentially.
And that stuff is way more like in tune for Twitch, right? Because like it's something that you can put on in the morning, right? You see like, oh, this idiot is playing Breath of the Wild, haha, he's gonna beat the whole game, whatever, right? Then you go eat lunch, then you see, oh, this idiot is still live. Then you go eat dinner, and it's like, all right, what is going on?
Still live.
like I need to figure out what's going on with this guy.
Were there people in your chat who would be like, oh, I haven't checked in for 8 hours, so you're still doing it?
I think there were maybe 1 or 2 people that were like that, but most of my friends like knew like, okay, like this is like a Herculean effort, so.
It's pretty funny when you have international viewers and then you start streaming when they're about to go to bed.
And then you're still live.
And then they wake up. Yeah.
I think what that would teach me is that people don't sleep for that long. Because like sometimes when you're awake, 8 hours goes by really fast.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, yeah, definitely.
I guess it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, like, I think it's also sometimes it's easy to go live for too long. Like if you just have nothing to do for the whole day, right? Like, I don't know, I find it very easy to like stream for like 2 hours without thinking even, so.
Right,
definitely.
Yeah. 2 hours is a long time for a movie, but a short time for gaming.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it were up to me, I would game like much more often, but alas, gaming does not make me any money, so.
It is not how the cookie crumbles.
Yet.
No. Yet.
Add the word yet to the end.
We'll see. If I get 2 more followers, then I get my Twitch payout of exactly $0.
I mean, I feel like if you announce that in this podcast, like that might get you those 2 followers.
All right. Well, I forget which one. I think it shows up in this one. So yeah, if you go to Twitch and then the 5Kid0, you can follow me, and then
and any of you comments, you better not call this self promo because I'm shouting Manu out.
Okay. Well, there we go.
And we are not the same person.
Overinspected shouted out. Overinspected.
No, we're not the same person. We're not even the same entity. Okay, this is like cross pollination. Cross pollination.
Yeah, cultural cross pollination.
Sure, I guess that's a word. I guess it's definitely.
Does it make it sound better or worse?
Cross pollination? I think cross pollination is a good.
That's
thing.
good. That's a good phrase.
Yeah.
Very nice sounding. Yeah. So corporate.
So cool. Yeah, also true. Yeah.
Very, very word. Did someone say content house? I mean...
Oh, well, if we all entered a content house and I kept, like, shouting you out, then maybe people would be like, that's a little sus, but
I don't know, dude. Okay. I don't know. I mean, OTV shout each other out. They like, almost exclusively do stuff with, like, other OTV members, so...
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I could see how that's okay. Because it's like that's their mission.
Let's say we created a cubing content house, and then we had to give a name like OTV or OTK. You know what I mean? What would our name be? What would be the team when you go live?
So
what would be
hard.
the team?
It has to be a team.
What's the team name? You know, offline TV, right? One True King, right?
Is that what?
Yeah, that's what
TSM.
One True King.
TSM, right? What would the cubing one be? And keep in mind, there's only two cubers that could actually make this team. Laser Monkey and JS Cuber.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, what's special? I mean, not to say what's special about. Oh, it's because they've already streamed.
They're partners.
Yeah, they're both of them are partner.
Okay.
So they could create a team.
Oh, because of like the Monkey League tournaments and all that. That's why Laser
Yeah.
Monkey.
Well,
he
I
was
mean, his
getting pretty
content is
big
also just
before
good.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has
Okay.
just good content.
it is
Really.
good.
I mean, also he gets like low fives in competition. I saw his video about that, and it's like
Fast.
He's
no
good.
no reaction. Just like yeah, that's what I do.
He's good. Yeah.
He coined flow state. So.
Oh, really?
Flow state.
Well, no, I'm not saying he coined it. He probably popularized it, but he had a video about like enter the flow state.
Dude,
And
flow
it's
state
like,
would be
every
a
time I
cool.
get
That'd be a cool
Yeah.
name for a team. Like we're
Oh,
the
the
flow
flow
state.
The flow state team
So-
or just the flow state?
the flow state. Would it be TF?
TFS.
I don't like the acronym. But
Yeah,
the
the
flow
acronym-
state sounds good. Flow state cubing? Flow state cubers?
Yeah, flow state
F-
cubing.
F-
I like flow
wait.
state.
FSC.
FSC.
FSC sounds like a.
FSC is good.
FSC doesn't sound bad.
Okay, what is currently called FSC? If we Google FSC, like what's gonna show
Oh,
up?
that's a good point. Yeah, and maybe it's like some like
FSC.
weird like drug cartel or something, and we don't want to be associated with them.
Florida Southern College. That's fine.
Huh?
We'll
Yeah, it seems
we'll just
reasonable.
replace them.
Yeah, let's replace them. Let's.
We start our
Let's
own
get a
college.
Let's get a house in Nebraska and make a content house and call it FSC.
Wait, Nebraska? Why are we going to Nebraska?
Because
Never
it's
been.
cheap.
Because it's Nebraska, Cary.
That's true.
It's also, I mean, to be fair, of all meme locations that are cubing meme locations, Nebraska has to be up there, right?
Wait, it's a meme.
Well, yeah, I'm in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Aren't you
still
in Nebraska?
Well,
You're in
I mean-
Nebraska, right?
sure, I'm in Nebraska, but why not
Yeah,
like
see,
Wyoming?
we're in Nebraska.
Or
We're all-
like
we're all in
Iowa,
Nebraska.
or
No,
like
we're in
the Dakotas.
Yeah, I mean, because forget the other ones. Nebraska's the best. I'm in Nebraska.
Okay, all right. We are in
Nebraska
Nebraska.
is also the location for Nats. I mean,
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
no.
Wait, I didn't know this.
I mean, think
How
about
am
it.
I always behind on the
I do-
news?
Every single cuber is in Nebraska, right? So it makes sense to put Nats in Nebraska.
Oh, no.
That way, people, it'll be
yeah.
easy for them to show up. Makes sense.
Oh,
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Poor
Okay,
Cary.
No, no, wait. Okay, okay, North American Championship. I already signed up for that. Like, I know that's not in Nebraska.
yeah, that one doesn't count. Nats is the
that's-
granddaddy.
Yeah.
Nats
Am
is
I
the
being
granddaddy.
gaslit? I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, we never talked about what happened with your. I never even got a follow up on what happened with your Twitter beef.
My Twitter beef?
Yeah, what happened?
I-
I never even we never
Oh, no,
got clarification on what happened.
Wait, what?
Oh, I don't
what's the
have
Twitter?
any. There's no beef.
It was like related to him making a post and people thinking he should.
Oh.
Related
Oh,
to
this is
related to YouTube content ID.
This isn't beef. I mean, okay. I'm trying to decide if I should talk about this, but I guess it's okay to talk about because COPPA is like publicly known, and COPPA was this law that the U.S. wrote, and then in 2019 it entered the news because YouTube. Well, okay, basically the law says you can't advertise to children, or you can't give them specialized ads tailored to like information or data about them. So in 2019, YouTube had to like stop giving tailored ads to viewers under 13 or something. And then if there were YouTube channels that were only being watched by young children, they couldn't get good ads at all.
So
and
like
if you like,
Melon or something.
yeah, like if you're Coco Melon or little baby nursery rhymes, your ad rates went down by like 80%. And I know this because one of my videos got flagged as for kids the next year in 2020, and the ad revenue went down by I think like 81%.
Wow.
So I guess I'm trying to decide if I should say the strategy is like, for pretty much any video that has like more than 1,000 views, it's being watched by both kids and non-kids. So like realistically, you should just say my video is for all audiences, which is true. Yeah, and like people my age watch my own videos, and I watch my own videos, so I know there are people in their 20s who are.
Yeah, I mean, I watch your videos, so.
Watching everything, especially like the AI stuff. Like I don't expect 5-year-olds to understand machine learning.
Yeah, I think some of it is like, I think a lot of like it's like a weird mentality where I think some people think like, oh, this is like some like animated cartoon stuff, therefore it's for kids. My parents still ask me like, when are you gonna stop watching cartoons? I'm like, okay, this is your fault. Like so they see like, oh, like this, it's like some sort of animation thing, and they're like, oh, clearly like this is a cartoon, this is not live action, therefore it's for kids. Kids
I know.
only. And it's just like, no, not really. That's not really how anything works.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stories that can be told with live actors is exactly the same as the stories that can be told with animation. The only difference is that with animation, you have complete creative control to build any world you want.
Right,
If
it's
you
a
want
superset
floating
even, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like exactly a superset. And while we're on this topic, I just want to mention that in the last Oscars, the one where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I think like, there's this clip of one of the hosts like dissing the whole animation genre. Like they said, like,
Really?
oh, the kids force. Yeah, like it's one of the hosts
really?
being like, it's time for us to announce the winners of animation, which has caused like my kids to watch it over and over, and we have to like sit through it. Okay, I'm like paraphrasing. It probably wasn't that bad, but I mean, I don't know. It blew up on Twitter, and like everyone was like, "Animation is cinema. Show it respect." And I agree, but I also don't want to get into the whole fighting mess.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be watching from a distance. But yeah, like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have lots of thoughts on this animation stuff because like, I think a lot of people like view anime in like the same regard. It's like, oh, like this is similar to like Naruto. I watched this like when I was young. But anime is like very different. Like the genre itself is way deeper than just like, oh, like kids fighting or whatever. Like there's a lot of things that can be conveyed through like the like like fictional media, which more or less has to be animated, right? Like unless you have like insane budget like Game of Thrones or something, and even then you can't like how are you supposed to do live action with like I don't know, like leaf, like a leaf or like a pencil, right? Like you can't have these guys, like these characters talking to each other in like a live action setting. Otherwise, it's gonna look like Annoying Orange, and I never want to
bodysuits.
I never want to see Annoying Orange
again.
again.
Hello, I am Leafy.
Yeah, exactly. Like
not Leafy is here.
It would be so dumb, right? So, like, yeah, I don't know. This whole animation thing in COPPA is very interesting, but I guess it's just like lawmakers being out of tune with what people actually do, which is not super surprising.
So I wanted to do a quick flashback, just because it just reminded me since you mentioned anime. I mean, I know it's at this point it's culturally like beyond or not really anime, but Pokemon, right? Flashback to episode 10. I just wanted to highlight if you guys are fans of Pokemon, but Manu, do you know the top 8?
I don't know the top 8. I know I've heard that like top 8 stuff is happening.
So
I heard heard rumors that Tobias might be in the top 8. So
this is the dealio. So Pokemon right now, the theory about Pokemon the anime is that they're sending off Ash.
Right.
They're sending off Ash and they're bringing in Go as the main character. And
it's like really? Go. Okay.
Well, that's the theory. Like, or, like what's the purpose of Go being there? In fact, like
I thought Go was just a companion. So.
Yeah, but you develop that companion to take lead in the future with Ash side by side. So like there's like an emotional attachment still for people. But anyways, it's very interesting because this anime has been basically Ash being at the peak of his powers. Like if of all of his teams, his team this time is so stacked.
Right, yeah.
There's a Gengar that can do Gigantamax. There's a Dragonite. There's a Dracovish. Of course, there's Pikachu. there's a Lucario that
he's
apparently
Lucario?
now Lucario can do like Greninja type dish. Like,
Oh, really?
It's on the Greninja levels. This Lucario.
Oh, that's right. I also heard something about like how Ash Greninja was like not real or something. Like it was like Ash's like internalization of what was going on with Greninja, with like him and Greninja being like the same body or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. But I mean, anyways, like his team is stacked, right? And then he has been going through all the regions. He's been going through all of his past Pokemon, like all the callbacks, even Serena.
Okay.
Like they all been calling back, right?
Right, Serena. I
So-
remember this.
Exactly. So this is the finale. Like Ash is the champion of Alola, and now he's gonna try to be the champion of the world, who is Leon, which is dubbed the strongest trainer in the world, right?
Right.
So the Masters 8, Leon is top 1, and this is a whole like cross-region tournament. Cynthia is number 2.
Oh my God,
Right?
they're pulling all the strings. Oh
Right.
shit.
Cynthia is number 2, right? Lance is number 4. I forgot who's number 3.
Oh wow.
I forgot the order after this. I know Iris, the champion of Unova, is number 7, and Ash beat Raihan, the Dragon Gym leader, on Sword and Shield, right?
Right. Yeah.
To advance into the Master 8. Now Raihan is ranked 9.
Oh wow.
So what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've named 5 names so far.
Yeah.
So we have Diantha, the champion of Kalos.
Yeah. She's definitely gonna show up.
Steven, the champion
Steven
of the
has to
Hoenn
show
region.
up, yes.
And guess who showed up as number 6?
Wait. Who's left?
Alon!
Oh really?
Alon is coming
man.
back.
Wow.
Alon, the person that beat Ash in the finals for the Kalos League.
Wow.
Oh my god. So this is a storybook ending for Ash.
Well, good. As long as there's no Tobias, dude. Forget that guy. We don't need
fuck
Tobias anymore.
Tobias.
Wait. One question though: Is Ash still 10 years old?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like
I think
these
he hasn't
people
aged
he
yet.
has to beat. These guys are adults, right? Or are they like teenagers?
I feel like Iris and Alon are definitely teenagers for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Like if they've never aged, right?
yeah, if they never.
I
aged.
realized that like this must be making big news because I've seen memes about it, and I'm not even in Pokemon circles, and the memes are like, Ash is what every software company is looking for like hiring. He's a 10-year-old with 30 years of experience.
Yeah. True.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there was a birthday episode for Ash, at least once.
Okay,
he's
so
11.
he should be 11 then.
Canonically,
Yeah.
he's probably 11.
Okay, but he just hasn't aged since.
He's ancient.
Thousands of episodes, you know, but there are episodes that last more than one day. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter, you know. He didn't actually age at all. Dude, at the end, they're just gonna pull it, like it was all Ash's dream this whole time, and he still hasn't left his house from
No.
Palatown. No, dude, it was all Ash's dream this whole time, and he's oversleeping, which is why he's gonna be late to go to Professor Oak and get Pikachu in the first place. That's how this is gonna end.
Oh my god, taking it way back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's literally how this is gonna end.
Oh, that's such a lazy way to end it.
I mean, I wrote like, yeah. So, Alon is 6, Cynthia is 2, Leon is 1, and
Is there
then
ages?
Ash. No, seeding.
Oh,
Ash is
okay.
8. So I'm trying to think about the seeding real quick, and then we'll probably wrap after this. But I mean, how would Ash even get to Leon? Wouldn't 1 versus 8 be?
I don't know, and maybe,
I
maybe
don't
it's
know
like
how they would do it.
Maybe they're gonna do the seeding differently, but
Yeah, it's definitely not round robin. I feel like that would take way too much time
No,
in the anime.
that would take
and
way
Yeah.
too many redundant battles. So I'm curious how they're gonna.
I
do
wonder.
It.
Yeah, I think that they'll probably do like a tournament. Maybe they'll do it
7
where like
versus 8.
maybe like 7 versus 8, right? And then the winner goes on to face 6, and the winner goes on to face 5. That would make a lot of sense to me. It's like a tower almost, right?
Oh, well, I think that's an unfair tower system because then 7th and 8th have to win like 8 in a row.
Yeah,
And
but
then
they
first
suck.
only has to
So
win.
like they should
Well,
they should have to
no,
win 8
it-
in a row.
It should be first row is like 7 versus 8, 6 versus 5, 3 versus 4, and 2 versus 1, and then those bubble up, and then it's like the winner of the lower 2 and the winner of the higher 2, and then they bubble up. So each person only has to play 3 games, but that's just me being pedantic.
I don't know, but like I don't know. I think it makes sense for like I think like 8, like 7 and 8, they're like the challengers, right? So they
Okay.
need to like fight through everyone in order to get to the top, and the person who's at the top
Okay.
has already like they've done that in the past.
They've already
right?
proven.
Right, yeah. So they get to like sit on top of the throne and wait for the challenge. It's like the Elite Four, right? Like you don't face like the Elite Four don't fight amongst each other until like you get to the champion. They're just appointed there, and then you fight them one by one and if you lose, you have to go all the way back to the beginning.
I feel like as a Pokemon fan, if they just kept the seeding as is, if you think about the 8th seed and the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the 8th seed and the 6th seed can meet until the finals. If you
do it, yeah.
So in my head, I think in a perfect world, Ash needs to face Leon and Alon, and then there's a third. And you can make it Iris, you can make it Cynthia. I think that would be incredibly hard, just canonically. To
Cynthia would be
difficult.
very, very hard. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like Alon and I feel like Leon have to already be confirmed. It's just when they're gonna, when and how the seeding's gonna work. But it would be cool if Ash beat Leon in the first round and then beat Alon in the finals.
No shots. I think almost certainly it's just gonna be he has to go through all of them because when he was doing the Frontier Challenge, he needed to go through all of them anyway, and they were fine with like I mean, he battled like Battle Pyramid or whatever like 4 or 5 times because he just kept losing. So I think they were fine with just having him just against all of these people. So I think they're just gonna fight all of them. It's
so coincidental. They have one of each region.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point. It's journeys, right?
Except Kalos. Kalos has Diantha and Alon, but there's no one.
Well, that's because there's no Johto because Lance is. I mean, they could have had Gary maybe, but actually Gary would have been. Insane.
Gen 2. Yeah, that would have been interesting. But
Gary would have been wild, but I don't even know when Gary last showed up in the anime. But Gary, I think, is also.
He was in Journeys. Older. He did get a callback. He did got a callback.
Did he get older?
I think I don't know. I didn't watch that episode.
Okay.
But
yeah, I've watched. Like, I think Journeys is on Netflix, so I might watch Journeys.
It's been a wild ride, and they're writing this out to be a storybook ending. At least that's what it looks like. But knowing Pokemon, man, they're gonna have Ash lose in the top 4. I mean, like
classic.
Lose to Alon again. I would be so.
That would be heartbroken.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've gone on. I think. Yeah, I've gone on.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna. This is gonna be interesting. Cause this is gonna be like YouTube versus Twitch episode, and then at the end there's like 20 minutes where we just talk about Pokemon. So whatever.
I mean, I like to call it classic overinspected.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It's a sidebar. Like
it's an extreme sidebar. And we were discussing this before. It's like we don't want to only do cubing episodes, because sure, most of the audience is cubing, but you guys are interested in other things. Right, we're also interested in as you can tell, a lot of other things. So, we think it's good to intersperse in non-cubing episodes from here and there. I guess because we are a cubing podcast, we should probably mention something about cubing at some point. And maybe let's close it off with bringing it all back together. Cubing, do you think is better on Twitch or YouTube Go?
YouTube, just because of tutorials.
Okay, Chai?
Twitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
On Twitch.
Interesting.
I guess if you're watching,
Yeah, I think I have to go with Twitch as well. I think it's a good mix of just chatting and something is actually happening. So I think it's fun watching cubing on Twitch. But I think that'll wrap for us.
All right. Yeah. That's it. I wonder what our next episode is going to be about. Mine's already churning.
I actually know what the next episode is going to be about. If
gotta stay secret.
So I guess maybe if you watch it at the end, you care about the podcast, right? The next episode is going to be pretty interesting, I think. Well, I'm pretty sure the next episode is going to be interesting. I don't want to. If I tell you what it is, then it's not going to be interesting anymore. So you'll have to wait and see for next week, when we upload. Probably in some sense it's the most different podcast we've ever done, but at the same time it'll be the same nonsense as always. But keep an eye out for that. Yeah, it's very, very, very vague actually. So
in the meantime, just watch all of our previous 17 episodes. If this is the first episode you watched,
there you go. Yeah,
get some backstory.
And please watch episode 9 because that one is just in the gutter, and we need to bring that one up. And please do not watch MEGAMINX notation and Scribble tutorial. Please. Please do not
put on loop right now.
No.
I'm putting it on loop right now. It's gonna be the highest performing video.
Actually, no. Wait, this is actually genius. If I tell people not to watch it, right, they're going to watch it, right? And then I tell people, hey, we need to beat that video. So that it's okay, the bar keeps increasing, and then it's oh, we need to keep chasing the bar, but the bar keeps increasing, right? So I'm inflating our own views in this way. So actually, this is genius.
Oh,
This is five.
it's too much reverse
galaxy brain.
psychology.
Yeah, exactly.
This is reverse psychology.
I'm taking advantage of the gullible nature of the viewers to do exactly what I tell them not to do.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Michael here from CubersLive.
Oh, right.
It's the video.
Oh my goodness.
Watch it, everyone.
Please.
Look how alluring that voice is. You just want to hear more. You can't resist it.
Hey, we're gonna turn into an ASMR channel pretty soon.
That's actually a good idea. We should probably do that. Dude, you spoiled what we were gonna do next week. Oh no.
Oh no!
No, no.
It's okay. The ASMR people come through anyway.
That's actually a really good idea. We should do one episode where it's just ASMR.
Like we talk like this the whole time, you know.
And then one of us screams like 30 minutes
No, dude,
Like,
you mentioned this before in a previous podcast episode where you're
Did
like,
I?
yeah, like people are gonna listen to this like while they're sleeping, and you're just like, yeah, I want to scream at some point so that they can wake up.
Oh,
and
did
it's
I
like
say
an
it?
alarm? Yeah.
I feel like if I said it twice, that's kind of suspicious that I might actually do it. So I only wanted to say that once, and I retract my statement. I will not jump scare my own audience.
Officially a joke. Anyway,
All right,
yeah,
guys.
we gotta end this. We're going on another.
Let's
tangent,
end it.
So.
Yeah. let's
Until
end it.
next
Bye.
time, boys. Toodles.
Oh, we're pulling out the
Toodles.
toodles today. All right.
We're pulling out the toodles, bro.